Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Bushman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at each life path number forecast for August 2023. Before we get into that, this, of course, is a general forecast. If you would like your own personal year-ahead forecast, diamond forecast, your compatibility report with another person, your full numerology report, your business report, Numerology has you covered. Just book some time with me. My information is in the description box below, and let's take a look. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the August forecast for each individual life path number. Beautiful 33 sixes. Okay, so August, we have the animal wisdom message coming through for you is Condor. This is sort of like King of Swords energy. So this is about getting very truthful, very honest with your current situation, your current circumstances, being very honest with yourself and very honest with others about what it is that you need, about what it is, what changes need to occur for you to feel more aligned with your direction. And sometimes, like we say we want the truth, we say we want honesty, but sometimes that's not always the easiest path to take. And so with Condor coming through, it's just very much like owning your space, owning your reality, and then from that space, figuring out your next moves, right? So in order to do that, and in order to do that in a really healthy way, we have to be very honest with ourselves and honest with our current situation and the direction we want to move into and what that's going to take and what that's going to look like, what conversations need to be had, what actions need to be taken. And it's a very decisive energy. So it's very much like having authority, like taking a stance and, staying true to that, but making a decision. And so you may find this month that there are maybe some loose ends that need to be tied up, and you are the one that needs to make the decision about whatever that is. Or it could be where, there's some part of your life where you feel like has got derailed or is moving in a direction that doesn't feel right for you. And this month may pose opportunities for you to become very decisive in your next steps and make that decision and then stick by it, right? See it through. And Condor energy is coming through to say, this is the time. This is the time for that. It's also very much, again, about truth, but really finding your own truth and honoring the truth in others, but not sort of wavering from your own truth, right? So not showing up to others in a way where you have to sacrifice who you are. Being very honest about that, because ultimately in healthy connections, each person should be able to show up in their own truth, right? Because their truth should not go against somebody else's truth necessarily, right? So a lot of truth flying around, a lot of decisions potentially this month, a lot of you owning your space, taking up more space, and not apologizing for that, but instead being very confident in that space. If you think about the eagle and the condor, or the eagle or the condor, these are birds who carry a weight, right? It's there's a level of respect that comes with these energies. And condor, which is what came out for you this month, is not a bird that's going to, again, metaphorically speaking, is not a bird that's going to, well, not even metaphorically speaking, quite literally, it's not going to ask its prey permission before it devours it. Now, again, that's taking it to an extreme, right? I'm not saying that anything or anyone should become your prey. I'm just saying that owning your space is not something that's negotiable. Taking up space and not apologizing for it is non-negotiable. But in society, that's something that we tend to do, take up space and then apologize for it. No, we each have a purpose to be here. And a big part of that purpose is to live out our purpose. And we can't do that if we're not taking up space. So Condor is saying, take up more space, own your space, and what are you going to do with it, right? So very, very powerful decisive, discerning, right? Use your discernment in making these decisions as well. What feels right for you? What doesn't feel right for you? What feels aligned? What feels misaligned? So this can be a very like big month for, I wouldn't even say soul searching. It's just more about honoring the truth of yourself that you already know to be the truth of yourself, but maybe you've been minimizing it, right? So for the month of August, you all are working with 3 energy. And so this is very much about taking up space, right? Anytime we have 3 energy, this is a big, explosive, not explosive in like an aggressive way, but just like that big buoyant energy, right? That wants to take up space, that wants to be seen and heard and experienced and recognized and all of those things. It's a very light, emitting energy. And so a lot of times when we have 3 energy, which you all have double 3s, right? 33, 6. A lot of times when we have 3 energy, we minimize who we are because it is such a big energy and the world doesn't always know how to handle it. It's not this refined energy that is going to stay in its place. It's this energy that it's creation, it's creativity. So it's messy, it's big, it wants to expand and grow and try new things and be social and all of these things. So for you all, I think this is going to be a month where you're asked to do the things that bring you joy. You're being asked to take up space, right? Like when we're creating, we have to take up space, right? Because it is messy. There is exploration there. So this month, maybe you'll do things outside of your comfort zone. Maybe you'll get back to doing things that you used to do that used to light you up, but that you sort of squashed because society didn't agree or didn't know how to handle it. So this is going to potentially be a month about, especially with Condor coming through, where it's like, you know what? I have this big light to shine and I don't need to dim that light for anyone because everybody has a big light to shine. And so Condor is coming out to say, are you taking up enough space? Do you need to take up more space? And if you do, take up more space with authority, right? Like own that space. And the 3 is saying, don't shy away from the spotlight. And you don't even need the spotlight. It's more about just express yourself in the way that feels good for you. Do what feels good for you. And again, the 3 is about creativity. So you could see this being a very like highly creative month for you, where you want to maybe do things a little bit differently or try new things, express yourself in a new way. That's very, very possible. And also networking. This is a great month to meet new people, to share ideas, to get your name out there, to start or launch something, some kind of platform, especially when it comes to like communication, right? So the written, the spoken word, 3 energy is all about communication. Again, expressing and sharing ideas with others in some way. So you could see all of these kind of come to light. And it could also be that this could be a month for where you find your voice or rediscover your voice. And maybe it looks different than it did before. But there's kind of like this energy behind you that wants you to express yourself and to do so in a way where it's fully you. Like you're not minimizing who you are or modifying who you are to sort of accommodate other people or their expectations of you, right? So this is big energy, 33s, big energy. Now, again, it can be there, but it's what we do with it that makes the difference. But with Condor coming through and the 3 energy coming through, this is big expressive energy that I think, if you're not expressing yourself in a way that feels authentic and true for you, or that goes against who you are in some way, you're going to feel that. It's going to feel really, really uncomfortable. And so, it can be uncomfortable to express yourself in an authentic way. But that uncomfortableness is leading you towards your truth. Whereas minimizing yourself or modifying yourself to fit into other people's expectations is leading towards an uncomfortableness that is leading you away from yourself and your truth. So one uncomfortableness is worth it, while the other one is just pulling you away from your path, right? Big, big, big energy for you all this month. Take advantage of it to the best of your ability, which your ability is great. So you can do this, especially as double threes, right? 33. So express yourself, step into your space, own your space, and speak your truth. All right, 33s. I hope it is a powerful, big, expressive month for you all. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.